Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video we are going to work out the determinant of a 3x3 matrix. So we have two questions there, question in green and the question in blue. We'll solve both of these questions using the steps I've laid down on the left hand side of your screen, and then by the end of this video you should be able to work out the determinant of any 3x3 matrix. Okay, what we mean by 3x3 matrix is that it has 3 columns and 3 rows. Okay, these are the columns and these are the rows. All right, so the elements with 1 simply means they're in row 1, elements with 2 simply means they're in row 2, and the elements with 3 simply means they're in row 3. Okay, now the first step is always to get the augmented matrix of whatever matrix you're having. Okay, what I mean by getting the augmented matrix, you simply take these first 2 columns, okay, you append it to your new matrix. All right, so you'll have the same matrix, but you add the first 2 columns after the last column of your matrix. So in short, you'll be having 5 new columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we do. So let me take matrix B and augment matrix B. Okay, so my aug B will look like this. How will my aug B look like? It will look like this. Originally it was 0, 2, 1, 3, negative 1, 1, and 4, 0, 1. Okay, 4, 0, 1. Now, if I want to augment this, what will I do? Let me just draw a line to separate them. I'll take my first 2 columns and append it here. So I'll have 0, 2, 3, negative 1, okay, and then lastly 4, 0, 4, 0. So I've just made my augmented matrix, okay, and then the last step to get the determinant is simply to multiply these values right here, okay, for my first bracket. So those values, how do we get them? It's very easy. This is how we do it. You take from the top left corner, the A1. These are the 2 guys you need. You need A1 and A3, okay? A1 and A3. So the first bracket multiplications, the one I've just underlined here in green, you take your diagonals from A1, B1, C1, okay? So in this case, what will I have in my matrix? My A1 diagonal is like that, B1 and C1 is that way. Okay, so these are the people I'll be multiplying. So if I take 0 times 1 times negative 1, that's a 0, right? So my first bracket, I'm having 0 plus 2 times 1 times 4, that's 8, okay? And then I have 1 times 3 times 0, that's a 0, all right? So my first bracket is done. And then you are supposed to subtract. Okay, you are supposed to subtract this second multiplications. So how do we get these second multiplications? As I told you earlier, it's about A1 and A3. So we have already used A1. So the second multiplications, we get them from A3. Okay, so what will I do? I'll just come to my A3 and make my 3 other diagonals. So A3 to C1, B3 to A1, and then C3 to B1, okay? So that's my second diagonal multiplications. So what I will do here in my matrix B, I'll take from 4, because 4 is my A3 in this case, first diagonal, second diagonal, and third diagonal, okay? Those will be my second multiplications. So the second bracket, the only thing you need to know is that it's subtracted, okay, from the result of the first one. So I'll have 4 times negative 1 times 1, that is negative 4, okay? I plus, I'm having 0 times 1 times 0, I think, yeah, that's a 0, okay? And then I'm adding, I'll be doing 1 times 3 times 2, that's a 6, right? Yeah, I believe that's a 6. So your first bracket, the answer is 8. We're supposed to subtract. What's the answer of your second bracket? It's going to be negative 10. Is it negative 10? Negative 4 plus 6. No, not negative 10. It's actually, it's going to be 2, okay? It's going to be 2, positive 2. You can just type in your calculator, negative 4 plus 6, okay? you get a 2. So what's 8 minus 2? The answer is 6. So 6, you have gotten determinant of matrix B, okay? So this is determinant of matrix B. I want us to follow the same steps to solve the blue matrix, okay? Now, if you feel like you've mastered these steps, you can just pause the video and try to solve matrix 2, that is matrix A, the one in blue, and then you play this video and see whether we can end up with the same results, all right? So now, guys, what will I do in matrix A? First step is to get the augmented matrix. So my augmented matrix A, how will it look like? First thing, I write my original matrix. It's 2, -5, 3, but I won't close the brackets just yet. And then I have 0, 7, -2. And then I have -1, 4, 1, okay? Then I need that line to separate things, okay? Then I append my first 2 columns. My first 2 columns are right here. So 2, -5, 2, -5, 0, 7, and then 1, -1, 4, right? -1, 4. Please watch out for those signs, negative and positive. So the last step is actually to get the determinant of A, okay? So I need determinant of A. How will I get determinant of A? I do multiplications, okay? So in my first bracket, as was done with the first question, is to get your diagonals. So how do I get my diagonals? The first diagonals is this. We start with A1 there, okay? Second diagonal and third diagonal. So what are my answers? The first multiplication is 2 times 7 times 1. That will give you 14, okay? Okay, then plus -5 times -2 is positive 10, right? Positive 10 times -1 is -10, all right? Good. And then 3 times 0 times 4 is actually just 0, okay? So my second bracket, I have to deal with the second set of diagonals, that is from A3. So I'll take my first diagonal from A3, second diagonal from B3, and third diagonal from C3 that way, yeah? So once I have this, I can just multiply the values. The first values is -1 times 7 times 3, that's -21, right? So -21, and then I have 4 times -2 times +2. That is -8 times 2 is -16, okay? And then I have 1 times 0 times -5, that's just 0, okay? So now you're having 14 minus 10 in the first bracket. What's 14 minus 10? That's a 4. Minus your second bracket is having -21 minus 16. So -21 minus 16 is -37, all right? So -37, and then now if you do all of this in the calculator, 4 minus -37, what do you get? You end up with 41. So determinant of matrix A is actually 41, okay? So that's it, guys. I hope you have learned something. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.
Audio Jungle.